This week on Channel 8 News, we'll take a look at the Hangar, the Visiting Writer Series, and more. Your Channel 8 News starts right now. Thanks for tuning in to Channel 8 News. I'm Courtney Rowe. While most movie theaters are closed due to COVID-19, the Hangar in Maryville still has its doors open. Bradley Pearson has more.
The Hangar is the only movie theater open in the surrounding area that is still operating amidst a pandemic. I had the chance to go ask students and faculty if they visited the Hangar since it's reopened last December. Have you been to the Hangar since it's reopened?
Since it's reopened, no, I have not. I didn't realize it closed.
Have you been to the Hangar since it's reopened?
Since it was reopened
Yes. From the pandemic?
Yes.
All right.
No, I didn't know it reopened.
With the scare of the pandemic, I asked students and staff as well if a trip to the movies in person was worth the risk, or if streaming movies online was a better and safer option.
I mean, I like the theaters, definitely, and if I'm with a group of friends or just my family or whatnot, it's fun to go to the movies, but especially now during the pandemic, I think it's just easier to just stream it or watch it on Netflix or whatever you got, because you can just stay home and go from there.
Would you take the risk right now with the state of pandemic to go to a movie theater to see a movie in person?
Yes, I would go see a movie.
I enjoy just being able to get out and go. I'm a social person and I enjoy going. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to do in Maryville, so I think it's one avenue that we can have fun with and be social. I totally think that we should, continue to wear our masks and maybe make sure that we're all seated separately and families together or whatever. But yes, I think it's not a problem to go to the movies right now.
This has been Brad Pearson reporting for Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Brad. Students come to Northwest for a variety of reasons. Noah Stevens has more on this topic.
Students come to Northwest for many different reasons. Here's a story of how one Nebraska native ended up in Maryville, Missouri.
My story, like how I got here, it was Wednesday before we moved here on Saturday, and I thought I wanted to play college football, so I moved in to Nebraska Westland on Wednesday in about noon or so, and then I met the team and everything, and I just kept telling my mom, this isn't it. This definitely does not feel right. So I told her to call Northwest, and she did that. I called her Thursday night or Thursday morning. I was like, hey, can I get in? And she was like, yeah. So I ended up texting my coach Thursday morning at 5 a.m. and I was like, hey, we need to talk. So then I talked to him about 6 a.m. And then I had to go do a few other things on campus to get officially leaving. Came over to get my Bearcat card, got housing filled out, all that. And then Saturday we moved in. That's kind of how I got here. It's not the journey most kids take. But, it just so happens that's the one I took.
We asked Cade if there was anything he would change leading up to this point.
Definitely not. I think especially going to that school first, it changed my thought process and how I feel. I came here on Friday and moved in on Saturday. It just felt like home. The movers just help you feel like you're a part of something. They care that you're here. They're glad that you're here. And that's just a sense of community that honestly a lot of other schools don't have. It's just really nice to have around you. Personally, I think it's God's plan. I came here on literally the last day there was. Moved into a floor full of all guys who would end up being my best friends. My roommate, he's really cool. We get along really well. So it was just all kind of a freak deal. Even my decision to get here wasn't like everyone else, it was super rushed. I definitely made the correct decision. Here it feels like home. It feels like this is where I'm meant to be, and that's definitely the feeling you want to have when you go to college. If I had to do it all over again, I definitely wouldn't change a thing. And that's my story of how I ended up here.
This is Noah Stevens reporting for Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Noah. Up next, the Visiting Writer Series brings writers to speak with students. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Courtney Rowe. The Visiting Writer Series has moved virtual. Callista Schaefer has more.
On Thursday, February 11th at 7 p.m., authors Sarah Ann Strictly and James Brubaker visited with students via Zoom. This event was hosted by the Language, Literature, and Writing Department and is created to encourage creativity, diversity, and freedom of expression. I had the chance to interview the director of the Visiting Writer Series, Professor Beagleson, and this is what he had to say.
We bring in writers that we're friends with, that we know through our own writing communities. Sarah and James are good friends of Luke Rolfus, one of our colleagues here, and James teaches down in SEMO, so he's kind of not too far away from Northwest. It's through the funding of Kawasaki that we're able to bring writers in and share them with the student body here at Northwest. We'll be participating in a bigger Missouri prize called the Maya Angelou Prize in the fall, and that's going to be a huge prize for a writer. We're working together with a variety of other universities and Kansas City Public Library, and that prize is about $10,000, and we're all contributing to that, and so we'll be able to bring in either virtually or in person a writer who wins that prize.
This is Callista Schaefer, and I'm reporting for Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Callista. The Office of Diversity and Inclusion has hosted many events this month for Black History Month. Colby Holtman has more on that.
On February 11th of this year, the Office of Diversity and Inclusion hosted a Jeopardy game night in honor of Black History Month in the J.W. Jones Student Union, where participants were tested on their knowledge on Black culture, fun facts, and trivia.
We just wanted to spread more information out and then make it fun and kind of make it more relaxed and a little more like informal for people to come out and just talk and not feel embarrassed on not knowing things, and just making it more fun and inclusive for everybody. I was a little nervous about 6:05. I was like, well, we're going to still make the fun part, and we had at least 20 people here, and then had people that just came in to watch and just enjoyed this fun atmosphere that we created here tonight.
While some students remained calm and collective, others decided to get a little rowdy, but kept their rowdiness to a competitive and friendly manner.
It was a whole bunch of fun, and I'm really glad that a lot of people came out. I didn't expect this many people to come out and enjoy, Jeopardy game. People usually don't do game shows like that, but it was so much fun to see everybody participating, and we got a little rowdy and loud, but that made it even more fun than if we were to just answer the questions and go about our day.
The event tonight was really good. It was a good learning experience. I definitely learned some things tonight. It's good to see everybody come together in one space, actually have fun. During the day or during the year, we don't really have time to really stop to interact with each other, do the classes, other activities, but it's good to see everybody come together. And it was really fun, honestly. Have fun, learn some things, and yeah.
Even though the students that came out and participated enjoyed some friendly competition, there was a much bigger meaning behind this event.
Just to be okay being uncomfortable, because it's uncomfortable to come to a situation where you don't know who's going to be there. And I mixed up the team, so you didn't come with your friend and got to sit with your friend. So just being comfortable, being uncomfortable, and learning about new people and their experiences.
Now, the Office of Diversity and Inclusion is hosting their third annual Spades Tournament this Thursday at 7 p.m. as their last event to wrap up Black History Month. Be sure to contact the Office of Diversity and Inclusion to register to play in the tournament. Also, be sure to check out the Office of Diversity and Inclusion on all social media platforms as well as the university calendar for all future events throughout this semester. For stories that matter to you, this has been Colby Holman with KNWT Channel 8 News. Back to you, Courtney.
Thanks, Colby. Up next, the new Mars rover landed after a 6-month journey, so stay tuned for more. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Courtney Rowe. The new rover landing in Mars has some workers in Missouri standing tall. This is because the batteries powering it come from the Show Me State. NASA's Perseverance rover is sending images from Mars after a successful landing on Thursday. After a 6-month journey, the spacecraft will now look into whether life once existed on the red planet. CNN's Randy Key reports.
The vehicle thinks it's in good shape to land, which is a great sign.
That vehicle is the Mars rover, known as Perseverance.
We are 1 minute from entry interface.
Inside NASA's control center in Pasadena, California, they are on the edge of their seats. 7 minutes of terror are almost up as the rover attempts to land itself on Mars without any help from NASA given a communications delay with Earth.
We're about 30 seconds from entry interface. Once there is enough atmosphere, it will start controlling its path to the landing target.
This is the 5th and most sophisticated rover NASA has ever sent to Mars. Its mission? Gather data and look for signs of ancient life in a crater that once contained a lake. Oh, something like 3.9 billion years ago.
We can see a little bit of that slowdown of the atmosphere on the Perseverance entry capsule.
Perseverance needs to slow down from 12,000 miles per hour to 0 in just 7 minutes in order to land safely.
Yes. The navigation has confirmed that the parachute has deployed, and we are seeing significant deceleration in the velocity.
Yes.
Perseverance now has radar lock on the ground.
Yes.
We have timing of the landing engines.
As Perseverance inches closer to the surface of Mars, the anticipation grows.
Current speed is about 30 meters per second, altitude of about 300 meters off the surface of Mars, about 20 meters off the surface. Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the sands of past life.
Relief and now celebration in NASA control.
Well, 3, I have the target point on the map when you are ready. We are ready, OL3. Go for it.
Well, that is all the time we have for Channel 8 News. For stories that matter to you, catch Channel 8 News every Monday through Thursday at 6:15 p.m. right here on KNWT Channel 8. From all of us here at Channel 8 News, I'm Courtney Rowe, and have a great night.